Sup chaps, it's MrScaryMuffin, and this is week 6 of Duck Soup Gaming League. It is a special week in that two teams will pair up together to play against two other teams in Highlander matchups. Highlanders, of course, is where everybody takes, it's 9v9 and you have to have one of every single class on your team. And because we'll be working with two teams, hopefully there would be less hiccups and teams will be able to get in a full roster without the need of ringers. Now, there are 5 points, or 4 points really, of contention on this map, and let's go over each one in relative detail. I think the most interesting thing about Highlander is the sentry placements and really the areas that you need to think of. So here's the thing about sentry placements. In Highlander, it's less about killing people and more about area denial. You want to stop people from getting to certain places when you're using that. For that reason, there's a couple of good places right off the bat. There is this spot right here for the sentry, which can watch over that ridge, and with the Wrangler, because Wrangler's not banned, you can use the Wrangler and also shoot down this way. You have your sniper up here to also protect your engineer from snipers. It should be relatively good. Sniper can also take out any long distance soldiers, etc., but the Wrangler itself should do the job. With the Wrangler on, if you just duck behind the sentry, snipers shouldn't be able to get you at all. I like this spot here for 9v9 Highlander play. There's a more not so good spot right here. That's more for pub spots. That's my usual spot. There's also a really good spot just kind of behind this, facing opposite direction. Sentry placement, which basically denies this upper ground and shoots the people down here as well. Anybody trying to jump up will get shot down, and that's one of the key things, is you want to stop those jumpers from getting around. Typically the medic will be on the heavy and they'll be around this area anyway, so they'll be able to guard it a little bit. They'll be able to drop down, shoot some people, come back up, that kind of stuff. You typically will have the pyro soldier demo holding this ridge right here, just spamming downwards. Pyro will keep people off this area, keep jumpers from coming up here as well. The scout will be running around doing his thing. The spy doesn't really have that many good places to go. Yeah, the spy really is going to have a hard time for this first point up until the cart moves into the tunnel, but even then it's going to be difficult. Look for spies to camp out in this little spot right here if they have cloak and dagger or whatever. That's a good spot for spies. Even against the wall right here is a pretty good spot. Nobody really runs against this wall, and against these corners are pretty good. Against over here, I suppose, is decent as well. And I'm playing a sniper right now because I wanted to show off a neat little spot that I like to use during pub games on this map. You just kind of go from rock to rock, and you got lots of time to get to this jump. And you can just kind of hover up here, and you can catch snipers as they're trying to peek out, because you'll get their legs before they'll get your legs, kind of thing. And so this is a neat spot here that will keep you relatively safe. People will try to spam you down. You just, oh no, I took damage. It'll probably just knock you off your perch and like just pick up the half health pack and just go right back up and at them. So that's pretty much that for defense. Once the cart is in the tracks, if the engineer sentry does go down, the engineer should probably go back and set up on the roof. In terms of the teleporter, I would recommend the teleporter go either in this corner over there or inside the cubby hole over there. The main reason being that the engineer doesn't really have that much time to reset up the teleporter after it goes down, and if it goes down, he's going to be more worried about setting up the sentry. You can also put the teleport up here, but it will probably go down pretty hard. Yeah, when the cart is in the tunnel, there's not that much the teams can do. They can try to contest this open area, but really there's no point. What they should do is just cover, make sure that people won't die going backwards, and they can try holding up here a little bit. If pressure gets too much, they can just hop back down and get out of there. They can have, what they really want to do is really you want to have a scout and soldier perhaps and a demo just spamming into the tunnel, and what that'll do is distract enough, and hopefully your spy can make some plays. And of course the sniper can also make some shots from up here and just duck out of the way. And so the people who can make frags, which are the spy and sniper at this point, you can use you basically want to just support those members so that they can do their thing without getting hurt or attacked. If you are attacking on this point, so let's go attacking the first point. The high ground is probably the most important area for this map. The scout's not going to be able to do that much on his own in the beginning, and neither is the engineer. He'll just drop a mini sentry. So usually the scout and engineer will combine and push on the cart. When you are pushing the cart, you want to have a ×3 on the cart. Anything higher, whoops, I won, it looks like. Yeah, anything higher than ×3 is not that much more efficient, not much better use of manpower. So usually you have the scout, you have the engineer pushing the cart. Also not banned is the short circuit for the engineer. So the engineer can easily equip the short circuit, and that would protect him from it'll protect them from the rockets, it'll protect them from the spam. This is probably your best bet, is just to keep spamming that, and the cart itself is a dispenser, so it'll keep your short circuit fully loaded up, and that makes the engineer probably one of the best cart pushers in the thing. You want the cart constantly moving at ×3 when you're on offense. There should be no reason why it's not moving at ×3. Engineer in the beginning can't even set a teleporter up. All he can do is set that sentry down and then just go. Neat little trick, I didn't realize this before, but in your advanced options, or no, in your key settings, you can set your, where is it? Yeah, no, I'm trying to find it here. There's key settings here where you can set your loadouts. Where is it? And you can toggle quickly between loadouts. Anyways, I set mine to my number. It's somewhere in your settings. Look for it. I set my numbers so that I can just push numbers and quickly set between different loadouts. And you can see here, I've been stuck. I'm terrible at this. Okay. Yeah, you can see I can toggle between my different loadouts by using different keys. So you should also have that in mind as well. Anyways, so the engineer is probably the best for pushing. Bam, just push that. Just set a sentry down and just start pushing it. If you're pushing with the scout, it'll be that ×3, which is what you want. And you can later on set that teleporter when the area clears up a little bit. You do want to have all your jumpers up on there on the high ground area. That is very, very important. Getting up here is going to be really hard, which is why the jumpers are usually needed to get up here and secure the area. I don't recommend using the Uber to come up here, mainly because if the pyro is up here, he'll just blow the guys off, and that's the end of your Uber. That would be a major waste of Uber. And in fact, really, the only time the medic should probably just stay inside and wait till the enemy gets their Uber down in this area of the yard, and then you can come out with the heavy and counter that. You basically want to try to control this area right here on offense, because that will allow your sniper some area to pick off people for your jumpers to get up onto that high area. And once you have the high area, any sentries placed there should be easily taken out, and the sniper can rotate to that high area as well and be able to grab that. Going through the tunnel, again, you really only need to have your engineer and scout here to deal with the people trying to spam in. You can have maybe your own demo or a soldier over here, but they'll be much better above ground and just pushing forward and trying to control area as much as possible. If possible, they'll try to jump forward and then take the roof as well, but that's not likely to happen because teams will be well organized, and that's not going to be easy to do. But what you should do is you should protect your medic. You should value protecting your medic, especially if you've got a good push going on. Protect your medic and make sure your medic has an Uber ready to go as soon as you cap this point so you can clear off the roof immediately. There's really almost no point pushing through this area until you have taken the roof and you can hold the roof. And what that typically entails is a heavy medic and a soldier in demo coming up here to this area. You might also want to have a pyro come up to attack this area. Do watch out for people up here, spies who will like to jump down. There's an awesome spy stair stab thing where if you're chasing a spy up here, just be aware that they might be jumping over your head to stab you as you turn the corner. The reason why you want to have a pyro when you're pushing out with the Uber It's because of enemy pyros. If you're trying to push in with the Uber and there's a pyro, he'll just puff you around the corner. You come back, he puff you around the corner, and that's the end of your Uber. So if you have a pyro coming out first, if there's a pyro there, you can cancel each other's puff, and then the pyro can buy time for the Uber come out, take out the sentry, which would normally be right about here, so it can watch the door and watch this area. It'll probably be a little bit, yeah, right about there, so that nade spam won't be able to get it. And once you have this area controlled, that push is really, really easy to do. And so you should really get this push going. Got 5 minutes, sure. In terms of sniper play, attacking sniper, you can go from this area. I know the rocks over here is a good spot to stand on. You can almost see the engineer hitting the sentry from here, so that might be good. Do be aware, because if you're on defense, I recommend scout and soldier in this backyard area. Scout and soldier has a lot of room here, and they can also, the soldier especially, can jump right back to the roof and protect the engineer if necessary. The pyro, of course, is going to be on the roof to watch out for spies and to puff Ubers away from the sentry. Your team heavy medic might be on the roof, on defense, that is, or you might be in the yard. The sniper will be in this yard area, just watching anybody who dares to come by. The demo will probably have stickies around here as well, just to guard this area. What I've seen work a lot is if teams foolishly try to push through here, a P bottle followed by a pyro works wonders to clear out the entire team. And realistically, if you're playing sniper, you should be using the Girardi. You should be Girarding the hell out of everybody, and that should be that should go without saying, really. So yeah. So once this point is capped, the spawn is pushed back for the other team. It's an excellent time for the offense to run on forward and take a position. If you're on offense, once you cap this point, just roll right through, and really the next point is a giveaway. There's no way that the team can set up a defense for the next point, and a defense that actually works out. The only time that might happen is if the engineer hasn't set up on the roof by the time the first point is taken, and they decide to fall back and run back to protect the third point instead of the second point, which can happen. And in that case, the Wrangler again becomes a real big issue, because the engineer can set up inside the house right over there, and with the Wrangler it can pretty much control this entire space, and it's really hard for anything to get past. If there's a pyro protecting the engineer, and the engineer has a Wrangler with the level 3 sentry in this window, that's pretty much, it's really hard to break through that, because there's no way you can push out with an Uber and make it over all the way over there. You try to have jumpers over here, there's gonna be somebody over here guarding this area. There's gonna be a pyro guarding the engineer, so the spies can't get the engineer. This point is actually pretty hard to get if the engineer sets up a level 3 sentry in that window with a Wrangler. And really you just have to be able to get a couple frags, clear out somebody, and then try to run forward, but it's not going to be an easy task if that happens. And I don't know why teams don't just give up second point and go for this guard. I guess second point is also relatively easy to guard, because it's quite choky. This point in particular, though, is extremely choky, and if your team doesn't push forward after they cap the second point, they're going to have a hard time breaking this defense on the third point. There's so much. This area favors defense a lot, especially if the defense can stand their line right across here. If they have the demo man, the soldier up on top with the heavy medic up on top, they got the scout and guarding over here, they have the sniper around the corner, they have teleporters bringing people back, and they got the engineer up there. It's going to make for really difficult. They don't even need a pyro to counter Ubers, because this area favors the defense so much. Normally you want a pyro to counter Ubers, but no. Anyways, I've seen people also set up a sentry up there. That's not really a good spot. Setting a sentry over here is also a very terrible spot for 99 Highlander, just because it's so easy to edge that sentry. Alright, so given that most team will probably just give up the third, you now reach into the final area, and really this spot is going to be a little bit difficult. In terms of sentry placement, I don't know. Sentries hiding away is not really going to do you any favors. a sentry over here with the Wrangler is not bad at all. It controls a lot of area, and if you have a pyro or a demo man inside the map room just guarding it, that will do some good, so you can not really worry about that. Just have to worry about the sniper up there, but you of course will have the sniper here helping you out. Usually the sniper will just stack behind the sentry so that the sniper can kind of within the scope keep an eye on the engineer for spies just to help them out. And then you want to have, if your demo is not inside the map room, your demo will be spamming around this corner. In the back area, you'll have your scout just watching this area, maybe with a soldier, and then your heavy medic would be just roaming. Usually around this area is usually where the defense would like to be, but of course that depends on where the cart is. Yeah, normally you do want to have the pyro up on this ramp area, just so the pyro can blow away spam and also can blow away Ubers, and that will force Ubers to come from really weird places. They're going to try to force their way through the map room, but if you got a good demo man guarding that area, then it's going to be really hard for them to get through there with a full Uber, because they'll probably have to pop going in, and then by the time they jump out and find people to kill, it's not going to happen. They're going to jump out and realize there's a sentry there guarding this entire yard area, and the enemies are like all the way up there, and their Uber is utterly worthless. And yeah, that's pretty much it from what I can tell. Oh yeah, attacking at the last point, right? Attacking the last point, it's going to be hard. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's gonna be hard. Of course, you have to figure out where the sentry is. If the sentry is, for whatever reason, hidden inside, a soldier coming from here can rocket jump into the house, can rocket jump from over here onto that ledge over there and just shoot down with the direct hit, just to take out the sentry really fast, like unbelievably fast. Ideally, you want to have control of the map room. It gives you a lot more options, and you should make that as a priority. You might have to burn an Uber getting control of the map room, and then you have to really find some way to hold it. Obviously, on defense, you want to have your sentry over here just to guard your teleporter, and your engineer would just have to be on top of his game to keep spies off of it. Really, but yeah, you want to have control of the map room area. You want to have your soldiers jump in over here, because that's the best angle to attack that area. And if you cut off this spawn with your demo and soldier, then you can just jump out this window pretty much freely. And if your demo and soldier are up there, they can attack the sentry if it's not already up there. But yeah, you want to take control of the map room so your soldier and demo can jump in there. And then there'll be spam coming up here. This is really like the worst approach you can do, but you do, and you have your level 3 sentry guarding it, so that's fine. You might have your scout dueling over here. Your scout will probably be protecting your sniper, because this is the best area for the sniper. It gives them the most views, most sight lines, and also gives the option for your scout, soldier, and demo to jump in there. Your Uber can push out from this area, and that usually is probably the best area to push out with your Uber, just as you can clear out, you can see where things are, and then you can jump down to get to the cart if you need to. And I think that's pretty much it for that. So have fun on Badwater, guys. It's not my favorite map, but it is the first week of Highlander. We'll see how things go. It's probably not even the best map for Highlander, I think. I think Upward is probably one of the better ones for that, but we'll see. Swiftwater is also pretty good too. But we'll be seeing Turbine, we'll be seeing Swiftwater, Steel, and Upward for the Highlander month of play. So yeah, enjoy it, guys. I showed you a couple of the common tactics and locations. Let's see how teams do for that one, and let's go blow myself up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment. Kaboom!